Hello and welcome to Breaking Lies. My name is Samar Hakim, coming to you from the heart of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, Trump said something very interesting the other day, something that I didn't expect he would say. Or maybe I did, I'm not sure, but he was talking to a lot of Saudi investors, a country in which he signed, according to himself, a defense contract worth $4.5 trillion. Have a listen to what he said.
A man that we just discussed, the king, the future king of Saudi Arabia. And I also love the king of Saudi Arabia. What a man he is. When I was there, we bonded. He would grab me to get up. He was a little frail at the time, and this was a long time ago, and he's still doing well. And he'd grab my arm to get up when I was sitting next to him. And they said that's the only time he's ever grabbed anybody. He would grab me all the time. And I said, I think he likes me. And he did like me, and he still likes me, and he's a great man, and say hello to him. He's a great guy with a great son. But a short time ago, we were together, and he looked at me, and he said, you know, it's amazing. 1 year ago, you were a dead country. Now you're the hottest country anywhere in the world. He didn't think this was going to happen. He didn't think he'd be kissing my ass. He really didn't. He thought he'd be just another American president that was a loser.
I can't believe he actually said that. The president of the United States of America, or any politician really, in any high place in the government, would not be speaking like that. It's terrible language to be using, especially someone who you are effectively signing trillions of dollars worth of contracts. Supposedly they're allies. How can you possibly be saying something like that? But that was not accidental. According to himself, he doesn't say anything accidentally.
Actually negotiate. We're negotiating now, and it'd be great if we could do something, but they have to open it up. They have to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Excuse me for this. I'm so sorry. Such a terrible mistake. The fake news will say, he accidentally said, no. There's no accidents with me, not too many. If there were, we'd have a major story.
There you go. There's no accidents with me. Otherwise, it would be making stories, and everything that says that he made a mistake or it was an accident is fake news. There you go. He even called it the Strait of Trump. Now, I don't know about you, but usually we call that being narcissistic. Now, you can make the judgment for yourself. The statements he made is completely intentional. In fact, this is what colonialism is all about. They exploit you, they abuse you, and then they humiliate you. This reminds me of when Zelensky was being humiliated in public in front of cameras by Trump.
Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we
coming
are
out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You have to be thankful. You
I'm-
don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low on
know.
soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't, please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this.
You know, when I was studying in university and I went for my first placement, my first boss gave me a book. It was called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Perhaps he got the wrong copy, or he needs to read it. Oh, and it doesn't end there. Who's going to pay for all these military operations? Who's going to pay for the costs of these exercises and drills and bombings and jets and Navy fleets?
Back during the Persian Gulf War, 1990, 1991, Arab countries paid for the vast majority of the cost of the war. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the UAE. Who's paying for the cost of this war? Will those Arab countries step up to do just that?
Well, I think it's something the president would be quite interested in calling them to do. I won't get ahead of him on that, but certainly it's an idea that I know that he has and something that I think you'll hear more from him on.
So wait a minute. The Persian Gulf countries are being pounded by Iranian missiles because the US bases are there. They're copying it in the cities as well because the military is hiding in the hotels, and they've got cloud centers and IT companies clustered in the cities of these Persian Gulf countries. And now they're telling us that the Gulf countries are going to have to pay the bill for this war. So that brings us to another important point. How important are the American allies to the US? We can look at Ukraine as an example. Ukraine is in a war with Russia because of NATO's support for Ukraine, which US pushed NATO into with Russia. So what are they doing with Ukraine right now? How is the US supporting Ukraine? Well, this question hasn't been left unanswered, as you can see here. According to news agencies, the Americans are considering withdrawing the defense systems from Ukraine and putting it into the West Asian region. That leaves Ukraine completely defenseless. Now, the country that was in dire need of US help is signing contracts with Middle Eastern Gulf state countries for defense.
Seeking to leverage Ukrainian military expertise, Volodymyr Zelensky inked defense deals with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates last week.
And this is what they're providing. Have a look.
As an immediate response, Kyiv sent more than 200 military experts to the region to advise how to best defend infrastructure from the aerial assaults. Zelensky's visit coincided with an Iranian drone and missile attack on Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, which wounded a dozen US service members.
Now, moving on to the next section. America has won this war a number of times. According to Trump's tweets that we can see here, Trump has again won this war on Iran. So much so that according to this next tweet, he's won it on a number of occasions and on a number of fronts. Firstly, Iran didn't control the Strait of Hormuz. Now it does. Iran's oil was sanctioned before. Now it's not. Iran was not building a nuke before. Now it could be. And the US bases in the Gulf War were assets. Now they're liabilities. And inflation was declining before. Now it's increasing. America has certainly won this war. In fact, Trump has gotten everything that he wants. Have a look at this video.
I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you.
All Iranian patriots, come out on the streets. We want you to call out for freedom. Well, he got what he wanted. The Iranian people are every single night on the streets in all major junctions in the cities of Iran. Except the people are not asking for a change in government. They're not asking the Americans to liberate them. They're out there every single night in support of the Islamic Revolution, in support of the government, and in support of the military action that is taking place in retaliation to the aggressiveness from the Israelis and the Americans. He also talked about a change in regime, which apparently was not one of his goals, but he talks about how the regime has changed. And it has. The regime is now much younger, much more passionate, much angrier, and hates the American administration even more.
We have a group, it's really a new regime. It's a group of people that we've never dealt with before, that are acting very reasonable. It is truly regime change.
But this man is so narcissistic. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what the national television says. It doesn't matter what the people are saying. It doesn't matter how many videos come out showing the truth. He thinks this is all AI.
Another thing that was AI generated, they showed about 250,000 people in a square saying how much they love Khomeini. Totally AI generated. Never took place.
Anyway, this man who is supposedly leading the most democratic and liberal country in the world gave a speech on April 1st. One of the things he said was that we don't need oil from the Middle East and we don't use the Strait of Hormuz. More on that in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.